Alrighty, Thursday, March 7th, quick session recap here. Want to start off with ES. One of the things we had mentioned not only during yesterday's session recap, but during this morning's pre-market prep as well, was one of the real assessments for today's action was determining whether this range was going to be accumulation or distribution. So we have obviously a lot of volume churning through this 5100. Now, these volume point of controls are important because depending on which way price trades away from that volume point of control and with the primary structure, we can get a sense about what the future holds for price action as far as the bigger picture setup and as far as the primary trend at play. So as you know, continuing to press highs with this market, we develop a near-term range, near-term structure here. The question is, this has no direction, right? It's just sideways. So the question is the activity through this range accumulation, meaning shares are largely being repurchased, or is it distribution, meaning shares, or in this case contracts, are largely being sold, net sold? And in that case, if it was distribution, right, the range will break down and you'll usually enter some type of markdown type of phase, which is just going to be a trend lower, right? And so looking at that 5100 into yesterday's close, we see price trading up and through the 5100 during the overnight session. We have a regular trading hours open right near that prior day high. That makes our job as index traders, if you do trade the index or you're looking at the index, it makes it pretty easy, right? Ideal scenario, we're going to be opening near one of the prior day edges, whether that be prior day low or prior day high. In this case, it was prior day high. It gives us a very, very simple reference point that is usually going to lead to some type of expansion type of move. Those inside days like we saw on Monday, and then even yesterday's action was technically an inside day, they can be a little bit trickier to trade. Where price, when I say inside day, price is just trading within the prior day's range. So you open near a session like today, you open near the prior day high, you trade up and through the prior day high. It can give you more conviction and more confirmation that prices are going to continue to resolve higher up into that next area of resistance. In this case, it was the 5150 and that 5157, which was the prior all-time high. And so we make fresh 52-week highs. We make fresh all-time highs today. The question now is whether this prior all-time high, 5157, this zone here, treat this as a zone as I always do, 5157 into 5150, can now hold as support. That's going to be the main watch for tomorrow. We do have NFP. That's going to be a market moving event pre-market. So there will definitely be some volatility during the pre-market session tomorrow and probably some pretty good action during the regular trading hour session as well. So main watch into NFP, of course, depending on what type of overnight action we have leading into that economic print. It's just going to be, again, can buyers now sustain this prior area of resistance as support? Can this 5150 hold as support? Very straightforward. As far as the actual action today, some phenomenal action. If you miss this trade, this prior day high retest, that is an absolute layup. I highly recommend reviewing this setup. This is a really good intraday reversal. You have a very clean signal bar there with a clean level to lean risk against being the prior day high, right? So this was definitely the easy money trade of the session, the easy money trade of the day. You do have some re-entry opportunities, 5150 longs, right? Other than that, kind of need to be really cautious and really nimble if you're getting involved through this, because it's very easy to get chopped up through there. So a couple of decent entries depending on how you like to trade. This one by far the easiest. You do have some re-entries through here to try and get a piece of that trend day move, that push higher into fresh session highs. Overall though, this type of action a lot slower than what we've seen throughout the week. So a couple of opportunities today in ES, depending on how you go about it, depending on the strategies you trade. It's either going to be a great day if you nail the low, or it might be a no trade day if you miss it and you're looking for like a VWAP retest or something like that. That's all good. That's how it goes sometimes, right? As far as NQ, setup's going to be fairly similar. The difference with NQ here is that it actually did not make a fresh 52-week high, did not make a fresh all-time high. So the watch tomorrow is quite simple, right? We want to see how price is going to be trading versus this 18,375. That's going to be the main area of interest on NQ. As far as the intraday action, it was pretty straightforward. Came in with the same type of approach. We wanted to see how price was respecting that prior day high, that 18,150 area. 18,150, here's that level of interest right through here. So you can see very similar to ES, you get that pull back into the level of interest and then your bounce. Phenomenal. Decent activity versus the prior day high as well. I was involved in scalps through here as well as this intraday structure right through here. It's going to be my main trades on the day personally. Overall though, nice trend action, right? Just a series of higher lows and higher highs. So some good activity there if you are into the market structure type of trades. If you're looking for that pullback to VWAP today, it's going to be marked as a no trade day. And again, that's all good. Nothing wrong with that at all. So tomorrow on NQ, what we're looking for is whether buyers can sustain today's move up through the 52-week highs. Have a look at the near-term structure right through here. 18,375. For now, this gets treated as a range. So NQ still range bound, right? Just like that. So we know, right? We know this is resistance currently. So until resistance breaks and shows acceptance above, it is resistance, right? We don't want to anticipate. At least I don't personally. Look left on the chart for your best clues. As far as individual names, we have a very short list. It's going to be net. I do like this setup right through here. Let me flip to the daily. So we had this on watch, or I'd mentioned it in the scans. Earlier this week, it did not even trigger, but we're back into that interesting location here up above 102, 102.5 for a breakout play. At a 2-week, week and a half long range right through here. So looking for the breakout there on net. And then ON semiconductor for a second day trade up through the 200 MA. Pretty straightforward. That's about it. Hope everyone had a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a direct message in the Traders Think Tank. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the pre-market prep live stream. Have a great evening. Later.